Today, I will go over some draft prospects that I don't think the Sixers should draft. Keep in mind, I didn't believe in Jared McCain. I thought he was going to be a bust. So maybe these are the guys the Sixers should actually draft. Anyway, leave your opinions in the comments section below and leave a like. I appreciate it, and it helps out with the algorithm. Number 1 is Casparus Yaka. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. That is a very cool name. I'm not going to lie. Low-key, listening to his name makes me believe in him a little more. Anyway, these types of overseas guards with this style are so hit or miss, it feels like. For every hit, then you got 10 straight misses. Luka Doncic, obviously, the high end. But mostly they turn into like Nikola Jovic is not a guard, but he's kind of like a point forward type, or that's what people were hoping he would be. Or like worst case scenario, Killian Hayes. Overall, to me, he just looks a little too slow. The inability to create shots for himself scares me. He's going to struggle at creating separation in the NBA. His athletic limitations mean most likely he's going to get picked on defensively. And with all that in mind, his shot making just isn't there for me to really believe in him. Only 31.9% from three. He doesn't seem to have that star confidence. While I was watching him in March Madness, like, he didn't stick out at all. He was kind of just there. He's a great passer, can run the offense. He's a prototypical floor general. But that's kind of a dying breed in the NBA unless you can consistently create your own shot. The only time I see him being a primary ball handler is in the second unit. He definitely fills a point guard role for the Sixers, but I'd rather just give McCain more responsibility moving forward next to Maxey. And for as good of a passer he is, he still had major turnover issues, nearly 4 turnovers per game. Overall, there's just too much bust potential in my eyes, and if he does prove me wrong, I feel like I won't regret it that much because his ceiling isn't that high in my opinion. Number 2, we got Dereck. Now, I'm a big fan of him. Honestly, I can enjoy pretty much any player, so that's not really saying much. Y'all probably noticed that throughout this channel's history, but in terms of fit for the Sixers, I don't think the situation best suits him unless the Sixers traded both Embiid and Paul George and just fully reset. And if I were to place a bet, I see him falling below the Domantas Sabonis tier of player rather than being anywhere near like Jokic or Joel Embiid's status. And in my opinion, Sabonis is the king of empty stats. Overall, at Maryland, he was the guy they ran the system around him with Joel Embiid, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey. He's going to be put in a role where he's just another guy. And honestly, I think it's time for the Sixers to move in a more team-friendly system after having star-reliant systems for years. And they're probably going to continue until Joel Embiid is officially traded. But he also has that same defensive concern as those Şengün archetypes tend to have, aka slow-footed, will struggle to guard the pick and roll, struggle in space. So is that the best fit next to Maxey and McCain? The answer is no. I feel like for him to work with the Sixers, he'd have to play power forward. And at that position, you need to shoot the rock. You need to shoot high-volume three-point shots. And I think he can shoot from three every now and again. I just don't see him being a high-volume Naz Reid type of player. Overall, it just seems like a very risky pick for the Sixers considering their situation. But unlike Casparus, my first option, if he ever did live up to his potential, I feel like I regret passing on him because I think his potential is pretty high. Like, he has a high ceiling compared to my first bust option. Going on to the last player, probably the hottest take of this video, Ace Bailey. Now, if we do get him, I will immediately act like I never said this. I honestly like his game. He reminds me of Michael Porter Jr. A lot of people compare him to Michael Porter Jr. before the back injuries. And if you guys knew Michael Porter Jr. before the back injuries, he was the next big thing. His shot making is unreal. He can hit from anywhere, but my main reasoning why I don't want him is his style. It just doesn't always translate to winning basketball unless you're in a very, very good organization. He's a slow decision maker who relies on hitting very tough shots a little too often. There will be questions about his defense, handle, and passing ability early on. It feels like he might be the next Jabari Smith Jr. Fine talent, but is it really worth a top 3 pick where he's projected? Now, if he slides to like 5 or 6, absolutely I'll take him. But another big reason to stay away is I don't really trust the Sixers in developing this type of prospect. Just like Joel Embiid, even if he does develop perfectly, he will gain bad habits through the process that will eventually hold him back in the long run. But overall, those are the players in the Sixers draft range that I have seen them projected to pick at times in all of these mock drafts that I would try to stay away from. Obviously, I could be completely wrong. I was completely wrong about Jared McCain, so who knows? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Who do you want to stay away from? Who do you want to draft? All that good stuff. Can't wait to hear from you guys in the comment section. Peace out.